wouldn't do it. He'd do it. He's got to confirm it and sit down and work out what it's going to be. If we do that, then I'll be delighted we can announce it. But he's indicated to me, and I know to a lot of people, that he does want to carry on. There's a lot of talk about Joshua. There's talk about Joshua having a tune-up, so there's no way he's going to sit around waiting. But the fight he really wants was another go with Mr. Usyk. He really wants that.
Do you think he's likely to, wait to fight Tyson, maybe even vacate the WBO?
I don't know what he's going to do. Whatever he does, it's going to be his choice. He's done everything that's been asked of him, and he should be treated with a lot of respect. But he hasn't got a lot of miles on the clock. If you look at him, he's not got a lot of miles. It's nobody's fault. He's a very smart guy. He knows better than you and me what he's got left and what he can do. He doesn't need to fight. Excuse me. I'm sure his family don't want him to fight. I'm sure Paris doesn't want him fighting. But he's a fighting man. If he decides that he's going to move forward and do it, he'll do it.
And those are the words of Frank Warren, the promoter of Tyson Fury. And he spoke about Tyson Fury, and let's get into it, okay? My counterpunch, looking at that video, what could you extract from that particular video? What could you extract from it? Well, the Joshua fight is a fight that he doesn't want. And the Usyk fight is a fight that he does. And his family doesn't necessarily want him to fight. Especially his wife, Paris. She doesn't want him to fight. Those are the three things that I extracted out from that video of what Frank had to say about Tyson Fury. He won't wait around for AJ, meaning you don't want to fight AJ. And to talk about that for a minute, AJ is not one of the guys that Tyson Fury would dare fight right now or want to fight right now, based on the fact of what if he loses? What if this is another Francis Ngannou performance or even worse? Because a lot of people think that Francis beat Tyson Fury, and that was an exhibition fight coming from a fighter that's never stepped into the ring before. And you're supposed to be fighting the best fighter in there. That's why I was like, bro, you can miss me with all that. I'm the best heavyweight since his came out. No. You know what I mean? You lost to Francis Ngannou, a guy that's never fought. You can't even talk about other people or compare him to anyone else because he hasn't fought anyone else. Okay, so Tyson claiming that he's the best, obviously you're not. Okay, that moving forward, Daniel Dubois beat Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury's smart. Now, I do agree with Frank Warren. Tyson Fury is a very clever guy, very smart, especially when it comes to reputation. What will people think of Tyson Fury if he got beat by Anthony Joshua? What would people think? What would people, gather? Like, well, wait a minute. Hold up. Daniel Dubois beat AJ, then AJ beats Tyson Fury. Where does that put Tyson Fury? It puts Tyson Fury under all of those guys. Obviously, Usyk, Daniel Dubois, and Anthony Joshua. Because people believe in triangle theories. Like, they don't believe that you have to fight everyone to be considered the best to everyone. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people get it wrong. You have to fight everyone to say you've beat everyone, right? That's the lesson. Fight every fighter to see how you do with that particular fighter, not what someone else done. Moving forward, the Usyk fight, he does want, right? So Usyk, and they're talking about him even dropping the WBO to fight Tyson Fury. That's wrong on a lot of levels. And let me explain. Tyson Fury, that will show us that boxing has took a rewind past the last 5 years, way past that, probably 10 years ago. Because what we're starting to do now, we're starting to just base favoritism off of somebody's namesake. Not what they've done, no. Not what they can do, because they have to show us they can do something to see what they've done, right? You get a guy like Tyson Fury, he sits out however long, then he comes back, then the guy that's supposed to be the top, that he's not fighting the top guys. You know what I mean? He's not fighting the top guys. So that cramps his credibility. Let's face it. That will be a big blow to Alexander Usyk's credibility if he goes and fights Tyson Fury a third time and he drops a belt to do it. That means you weren't willing to even fight who was at the WBO. That meant the WBO, the organization that put Alexander Usyk, that gave Alexander Usyk the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua, the unified champion, in 2021. That means you disregarded and disrespected everything, and that belt by dropping that belt to fight someone that you've already beaten twice. That would be very, very, very disappointing. I mean, if for the people that don't like Alexander Usyk, if you was looking for a reason, you got one now if that happened. I'm just saying if it happened, theoretically. I'm not saying that he would do that. But if he did do that, that would show a lot about him. You know what I mean? It would show that, hey, I felt that I've done enough, but I still want to keep fighting, but I don't want to fight people on a certain level. I just want to fight whoever I want to fight. No, that's bullshit. No, you have to fight everyone that is scheduled and available to fight according to the rankings, right? But yeah, that would be bad for him. It would be a career suicide for Alexander Usyk to do that, I feel. And it would definitely be a career suicide for Tyson Fury if he fought AJ and lost to AJ. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see that happening. But as far as Paris and, him being smart and, they don't want him to fight. Listen, I've been telling you guys for a long time about Tyson. Tyson Fury is not a family man. I just did a short about it. Okay? He's not a family man. He's not that dude that likes to sit around and play with kids all day. You know what I mean? Play with his kids all day. Right? So, pause on that one. Right? That didn't sound right. But anyway, no, he's not that guy that likes to hang around his children. You know what I mean? He'll do it for a little bit, but then pretty soon, he wants to do something else. I mean, I think that's why, and the way his mind is wired, I think, Tyson Fury is one of those guys, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's up, he's down, he's all around. So he's not that dude that just sits at home. No, he wants to do something that he's been doing. He's just took a break from it. Okay, so yeah, I think, he's not fighting AJ. He's not going to get the Usyk fight if Usyk, you know what I mean? If he's doing the right thing. And so what does that tell us? He's going to fight another tomato can. He's going to fight another nobody. He's going to fight someone that you never heard of. And if you have heard of him, he isn't worth the namesake or the name recognition besides someone like Tyson Fury. But you guys tell me what you think of Frank Warren and his statement towards Tyson Fury. He won't wait for AJ. He really wants Alexander Usyk, and his family doesn't want him to fight. But you guys tell me what you think. Again, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!